Hello, I'm Connie Strange. I'm the principal of Eisenhower Elementary. I've been the principal there since January of 2020. Prior to that, I was the assistant principal there for 3 years, and I've been an employee with JCPS for a total now of 14 years. And I'm also a product of JCPS schools. I was a student in JCPS from kindergarten through 12th grade. The most difficult part, I think, is especially as a white person, talking about race right now and having the full understanding that the level of racism that I've experienced cannot even begin to compare to the level of racism that Black people in general, but especially our Black students right now, because that's what I'm particularly focused on. Their experiences I can't relate to. So that's what's difficult, is making sure that I'm sensitive to that, and that I understand my own biases and my own ignorance in some of the topics that we're discussing. So that would be the biggest challenge for me. That is the most rewarding part. The discussion that we had as a staff was really interesting, and to hear the thoughts and the feelings that teachers that I wouldn't have expected to participate, and the emotion that came from that, and their willingness to admit their misunderstanding, or their willingness to admit their bias. And it was a really connecting experience, I'll say, for our staff. The obvious answer is that we're doing things that should have been done for years, and we are considering the impacts of the choices that we make and the decisions that we make on our most disadvantaged students. So the fact that we are being intentional with our planning and really focusing on students that haven't gotten the attention that they've needed, and I can only see it going up from here. And with that, the leadership from our district supporting that work, and it gets tough, I'll say, just making sure that everyone is getting what they need, and with the limited resources that we have too. So I can only see it getting better and better as we keep intentionally doing this work with authenticity. Lucky for me, I don't know, because I haven't had any pushback at all with the work that we're doing in racial equity. And I think that's a testament to the Eisenhower community and the willingness of the Eisenhower staff to recognize their growth areas and to work towards that. So unfortunately, I can't say how I would approach it, because I haven't had to yet. And I'm really grateful for that I have the people within our community that are willing to do the work that's critical. What I've learned, I guess, is that my values are aligned with the plans for racial equity, and that is a pillar in our district, but that's also a pillar in my own personal beliefs. So I think that I've learned it's just nice to have that alignment. And I've also learned that I'm very frustrated with plans that are put into place for show without a true authentic purpose, and without truly thinking about the kids that we are affecting. And I'm trying to work on that frustration and approach it in a manner to help other people understand. But then I guess we're to a point in our district where it's not even a matter. It's either get on the train or get out of the way, because we've got important work to do. So, and then as far as personally, I don't know that I've seen much change. And then as a leader in my role as a new principal, I'm constantly learning new things. So it all kind of gets swirled together. Like what am I learning and how? So it's hard for me to say as a new principal.
Okay.
I want to just say that I think that it's been good work that we've been doing, looking at our data, and I think a lot of times when you look at data, it's easy to put context to the numbers and say, oh well, this happened because of this, and instead of that self accountability and saying, okay, well, regardless of the context, the data, it is what it is. So I'm really proud of that work, that we're just accepting that we've got some work to do and that we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that our Black students are getting what they need in our classrooms, and that we are affirming racial equity, and we're using the tools that DEP is providing and the resources that are available to us. So I'm really hopeful and optimistic about this work. And I don't think it'll happen overnight. That's the thing. I think we all have to be invested for the long term. And if everybody gets in it together, it's going to happen.